The food bag felt too light. Standing in his kitchen, he pulled out the boxes one by one. A Baconator sandwich, 2 chicken meals, macaroni salads, but no fries, no drink. His stomach twisted. He looked again, even shook the bag, but it was empty. No, they can't have forgotten this, he muttered. He had ordered carefully, paid full price, waited patiently, yet here he was, staring at an incomplete meal while his kids peeked over the counter, asking, "Dad, where are the fries?" He picked up the phone, anger rising in his chest. He called Wendy's, expecting them to admit the mistake. But instead, the manager's voice cut sharp and cold. "Sir, I am very sure your order was complete. It must be your delivery driver's fault." The man froze. Blamed the driver? Without even checking. Minutes later, he spoke to the driver, who swore he was innocent. "They didn't give me your fries and drink. I'll go back and deal with them myself." And so, a simple missing meal spiraled into a storm. Voices raised. Tempers flared. Accusations flew back and forth. Until finally, the truth was forced into the open. Because cameras never lie. And when the footage rolled, Wendy's had no choice but to bow their head in shame. But by then, the man had already decided. He wasn't going to let them get away with what they did. Not this time. Not ever. It was supposed to be an easy Friday night. No cooking, no mess, just fast food for the family. The man scrolled through the app, placing his order carefully. 1 Baconator combo, 2 chicken sandwiches, 2 macaroni salads. Done. The kids cheered. His wife smiled. Everyone was ready for dinner. 20 minutes later, the doorbell rang. The delivery driver stood there, polite, smiling, holding the bag. The man thanked him, tipped him well, and carried the food inside. But the moment he set it on the counter, something felt off. The bag was too light. He unpacked everything. Sandwiches, yes. Salads, yes. But where were the fries? Where was the cold drink that was supposed to come with his Baconator? His kids looked disappointed. His wife frowned. He grabbed the receipt. Clearly said, Baconator combo. The man clenched his jaw. Not tonight. They're not cheating us tonight. He dialed Wendy's. After a few rings, the manager picked up. Hello? Yes, I ordered a Baconator combo. But the fries and drink are missing. There was a pause. Then a sharp reply. Sir, your order was complete. If you're missing items, that's on the delivery driver. He must have kept it. The man blinked. What? No. He handed me a sealed bag. This is on you. But the manager's voice was firm, even arrogant. We gave him everything. Maybe check with him. The line went dead. Frustrated, the man called the driver. The driver sounded tired but honest. Sir, I swear, they didn't give me your fries or your drink. I just picked up what they handed me. I'll even go back right now and talk to them. The man was surprised. The driver didn't have to do this, but he could hear the sincerity in his voice. Are you sure? The man asked. Yes, this happens too often. Let me deal with it. The driver arrived at Wendy's. He asked for the missing items. But instead of fixing the mistake, the staff argued. You're lying, one worker snapped. We packed everything. The driver stood firm. No, you didn't. I handed my customer a sealed bag. He's missing food. Give me the fries and drink. Voices rose. Customers turned their heads. The argument grew louder until the manager stormed out. What's going on here? He barked. The driver explained. The manager folded his arms, cold and dismissive. We gave you everything. If you're telling a different story, prove it. The driver's eyes narrowed. Fine. Check your cameras. Let's see who's lying. The room fell silent. Even the staff shifted uncomfortably. The manager hesitated, but finally ordered the cameras to be checked. Minutes later, the truth lit up the screen. The footage showed the order being packed without fries, without a drink. The bag was sealed and handed to the driver exactly as he claimed. The manager's face darkened. He had no defense. Finally, he muttered, Give him the missing items. The staff quietly placed fries and a drink into a bag, handing it to the driver. But the damage was already done. When the driver returned to the man's house, he handed him the bag. "They admitted it," the driver said. "The cameras showed they forgot your food." The man stared at him, stunned. "You fought for this?" The driver nodded. "Yeah, they tried to blame me, but I wasn't going to take the fall." The man's anger softened into respect. "Thank you," he said quietly. His kids cheered as the fries and drink finally reached the table. But for the man, it wasn't just about food anymore. It was about dignity. Later that night, the man sat down at his computer. He wasn't going to let Wendy's get away with this. He wrote a long, detailed review. He described every moment. The missing food, the lies, the blame, the heated fight, and finally, the footage that exposed the truth. He posted it everywhere: Yelp, Google, Facebook. He emailed corporate with the same report. And within days, people began noticing. Customers shared the story. Some swore they'd never eat at that branch again. The truth spread, loud, unstoppable, undeniable. Weeks later, when the man passed by that Wendy's, he noticed something. The staff was different. New faces behind the counter. Word on the street was that the manager had been replaced after too many complaints. Corporate had cleaned house. The man didn't smile. He didn't gloat. But deep inside, he felt justice. They had tried to humiliate him, tried to paint him as a liar. But in the end, the camera had spoken. That night, over dinner, his kids laughed, dipping fries into ketchup, sipping soda. The man watched them, heart steady. It wasn't about the food. It was about truth. About standing your ground when others try to make you doubt yourself. He thought of the driver, the one who refused to be blamed, who demanded the cameras be checked. A stranger who stood with him against lies. And he realized something important. Sometimes revenge isn't about shouting or fighting or even punishing. Sometimes it's simply about exposing the truth for everyone to see. Because in the end, the truth is the sharpest revenge of all. They said my order was complete, but the camera proved otherwise. And once the truth came out, they couldn't mow it down, silence it, or bury it, because lies fade fast. But the truth always stands. Subscribe for more videos.